You know, we have a British Prime Minister that can't stand our very own history. You know the one I'm talking about, chums. That's right, Keir Starmer, the Right Honourable, as we're supposed to title him, Sir Keir Starmer, the current British Prime Minister that decided to remove portraits of Sir Winston Churchill and Margaret Thatcher because apparently he couldn't work with them in the room. I bet they couldn't work with him in the room. You can imagine what that would have been like. Real leadership against something as weak as a chocolate teapot. But there you go. Now we've got another one. Get this, a Labour Baroness who's decided once again that she wants to eradicate a lot of our wonderful British history. And this time around, it's in the very heart of Whitehall in London. You've probably been past it many times if you've ever been in that particular area. It's the wonderful area where all the government buildings are. You'll notice the government buildings because there's nobody working in them, but they are beautiful architecture. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. History is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Absolutely. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we've all got lots of history. As many of the regular, oh, we haven't done a wave, have we? As many of the regular chums know, I love sort of old theatres, movie houses, stuff like that, because you realise, don't you, that there's a lot of things gone on that you didn't know about. You know, people who've appeared there, premieres, opening nights, great stars going through the stage door, that sort of thing. You get the picture. Now, I don't know about you, over here in the United Kingdom, I'm getting sick to the back teeth of our history just simply being wiped out. In the government Home Office, they decided to replace great leadership and wonderful pictures of like Queen Elizabeth with this. That's right, a picture of the failing Home Secretary, Yvette Balls, or Yvette Cooper, depending on what you want to call her. Now, what has she actually done? And you've paid for that portrait. Sir Lindsay Hoyle, the Speaker of the House of Commons, decided to get his own portrait done for £36,000, 12 grand for the frame. Who wants to look at that every time you go in the House of Commons? Clearly nobody. But people like this, Clive of India, has a marvellous statue which is in the very heart of London in King Charles Street, just off Whitehall, just as you're going towards Downing Street. I walk past it on a regular basis, and it's all like all statues. You want to have a look and see what their history is. Now, as ever, there's some controversy between what he did and whether it sits very nicely today, you know. The problem is, of course, that when you look at anybody in history, great leaders, bad leaders, they all have a history. But in my opinion, they're there to be learned from. You know, good and bad. You look and think, yeah, you know, I don't really agree with that, but that was the point. That's the whole point of a statue, to remember someone that you may not have remembered. Now, Clive of India did also some very good works, and many suggest that he did some bad things. Now, apparently this woman, Thangam Debonair, I think I'll say that again, yes, Thangam Debonair, well, she is a failed Labour minister. She's that popular that they voted her out in her own constituency of Bristol the last time around. Yes, and also she was wiped away by Sir Keir Starmer because, well, she didn't agree with him. You can see the sort of troublesome, annoying person that she is. Amazingly, though, became a baroness. But you see, she didn't like this particular statue of Clive of India. She doesn't think it has a place at all in modern society. It's not really what people should be looking at, given the background. Now, when you think about it, she came into this country and literally was born in the heart of England. But she didn't like her own heritage. She changed her name from Singh to Debonair, another relative's name. Why do you think she did that? Because she wanted to eradicate whatever she felt was her own natural history. So what's the difference between her and this statue? You get the picture. If you look at her history, time and time again, she's been in trouble for all the wrong reasons. One of these people that, you know, just wants to highlight stuff. Now, this particular situation came up at a book festival up in Edinburgh. And the reason why she wanted some sort of controversy is she has a book. So you see, pick on somebody else, far more famous, knowing that you'll upset people and people might want to buy your book. You won't. I mean, I'll just tell you that now. But of course, she was also behind the fact that she wanted rid of the statue in Bristol of Edward Colston. Remember that? Colston Hall, very famous venue for entertainment. Well, no, they've had to rename that. And she was very much in the favour of that. If you can find anything that's negative about Great Britain, she's behind it, trust me. I don't know about you, but the only thing I would like replaced are all these anti-British alleged MPs, the people that are supposed to govern us. Like me, are you sick to the back teeth of these people telling you that we should remove our history for others to enjoy, look at, learn from? What's it to do with her? As ever though, when you reach out and try and get a comment, she's too busy. A bully that hides behind a screen. You get the picture. As for Clive of India, look him up. Make your own decisions and decide, does he deserve a rightful place in the very heart of London's Whitehall? I'd love to know what you think as ever in the comments below. And as ever, chums, please be respectful, like and share. Neil Sean in the very heart of Kensington.